C'est ce que c'est ce que c'est ce que je savais, et tout le monde m'aime. Then smart. Mon king fenge. Usari maribo. Wose se ku, je sais what up with. 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 That concept Grandago. Mukuba, Bate, Mechi, Away, Pita, Eno, Ancien Treva, Wambeno, Murukwa, Aquaticaba, Eyon Atem, Wambeno, Aquaticaba, Arremoni, Wambeno, Wambatam, Aquaticaba, Etigan Sawadi, Wambeno, Murukwa,
Send it.
Ose ku Joseph Worabe. Akamonyoe. Nkina nyingame. Yamorwe. Duwa kame monyoho. Nkina reme. Yamorwe. Duwa kame monyoho. Nkina nyingame. Duwa kame monyoho. Nkina reme. Seseku. Abwai. Wongwano. Nkina nyingame.
Land built towards greatness, now shattered like an egg. This is the Chronicles. In the Genesis, January 1st, 1960, Angola got its freedom. On 11th of February 1961, Cameroon and Angola became brothers in a referendum. Like Le Coupe and Maningo Batu exist in confederation, 63 years later, the blood of the innocent shed to pay the price of our forefathers' mistakes, the price of their choices. Was it the we or yes? First, they said it was Boko Haram from the north. From being the jihad of Usman Dan Fodio, nowhere is safe. Saturday, 9 September 2017. Teachers, lawyers, they said, I recall leaving school for home that day, naively so jovial, because we thought it was a strike to strive for our future strike, a fight to fight for our future fights. But then, the first blood spilled on a land our forefathers bore with their blood for liberation, in shadows of history's cruel reign. When the missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible and we had the land. They said, let us pray. We closed our eyes open. We had the Bible and they had the land. We bear the weight of mental chains. Colonial masters physically gone but mentally present. Our voices echo songs of freedom. Generations bound by unseen bars, struggling to break free from scars. They suppressed our cultural richness and traditions, buried the turmoil in our brains and called it independence. Just the flag independence indeed. But from the depths of resilient flames, our spirit ignites. That which refuses to tame the Bernard von Lund generation. Descendants of a great Mia Shaw, Africa's intellectual and Prince of Peace. From Cameroon in the heart of Africa. A man who believed in unity before diversity. A people politically divided but economically and developmentally united. Decolonized and washed off Eurocentrism. I am no crusader for the things English. I do not worship English. I worship Lamso. For that is my identity. Just as them foot beat their blades and hit the drums to the rhythms of my ancestors within my soul, rethinking the African philosophy of education. If the first language of a child from birth is their mother tongue, education will greatly ameliorate, in the words of Ngugi wa Thiong'o. This is the move of Professor Benanso Okika von Lund, also known as the genuine intellectuals, not the Lion King's dream, but the Martin Luther King's dream. Africa, rise, retelling your own stories in resilience and resistance. Africans reclaim what was once theirs and even more. Why fight against each other? Why take the life of a brother, sister, mother, or child? The war would end. The leaders will shake hands. But the old woman will keep waiting for her brave son. The young girl will keep waiting for her beloved husband. That boy would endlessly wait for his mother. Those children will wait for their heroic father. I do not know who sold our homeland, but I saw who paid the price.
Nanja Music Productions akosene bakoniba oroko winyaboni we kokari suma chief asu sakwe we bongwa kinye umboka rikubi
Seso make wo base
Yamboni
Roki mana ko base
Paulo
Kamo sasa no bana ba oma mokoni monene Paulo de plaisir eraka bobase ya lorito eso make bobase ya lorito elo kimana ko base ya lorito eso make bobase ya lorito elo kimana ko ingereza bengwana wasuwe eso make ingereza mwana wasuwe elo kimana ko base sa kwesiri eso make bobase modio wasuwe elo kimana ko base Oje, Barrio, Tata Chief Siri Sakwe, Mbane mbimo hii? Aha, okay, ndiga mavinge, kono!
Okakele, keke bambete bakasa ni biyongo, okakele, keke bambete bakasa ni biyongo, okakele, ima keke bambete bakasa ni biyongo, okakele, bambete bakasa ni biyongo. Okakele
Sokwani rosa kenyengo moya male no saka makam chisakwe akunda om keke wambeta bakasi ni biongo okakere keke wambeta bakasi ni biongo
okakere keke wambeta bakasi ni biongo okakere
keke wambeta bakasi ni biongo
okakere keke wambeta bakasi ni biongo okakere
Lato
moke waibai ayake na batu
Lato
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Open Mic with yours truly, Chris Anu, coming to you as usual from the great state of Texas, precisely Houston, Texas. Always a privilege to come to you from this end of the globe, especially if you are Ambazonian or African. When we come to you, we bring you developments from Ambazonia in particular and, of course, Africa at large. Thank you for tuning in today. Please do me the favor, as usual, and go ahead if you are watching by the way of social media, that is Facebook or YouTube, to share the link for others to join this broadcast. And if you are watching anywhere in Africa or Ambazonia or Cameroon on satellite television, we change ABS position on the satellite, and many people are still struggling to locate it. So please, if you are watching ABS on satellite television anywhere in Cameroon, Ambazonia or Africa, let those who do not yet have it, those who cannot yet locate it, to know how you are watching it. Normally what you will have to do is just do a quick rescan. They call it a quick scanning or rescan of your decoder. And you will quickly find ABS among the first 10 channels. Amongst the first 10 channels, you will find ABS. So once more, thank you for tuning in. I am glad to be here. It's been a while that I was here, but you know that every time when I come to you, I come with something exciting. I come with something informative and educative. We don't come here to play propaganda or just waste time and entertain. We come with inspiration. So thank you for tuning in. I am going to be right back in a few seconds. In the meantime, hit that share button and hit it right away. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you again from the great state of Texas, and I come to you with some very, very exciting information. A lot has been going on the ground. When I say the ground, I am referring to where we call ground zero referring to Ambazonia, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, or the territory that is referred to as Ambazonia by those who own it. So I will be coming to you with a number of exciting responses to certain things going on the ground, and I am here referring to a recent Chiefs Summit in La République du Cameroon, foreign territory. I'm referring to Ambazonian chiefs, Southern Cameroon's chiefs. The meeting they held actually today, I understand that meeting took place today in Yaoundé at the so-called Congrès le Palais. I don't know whether I got it right in French. Congrès de Palais or something like that. And it is being alleged that the chiefs are being promised 4 million CFA each, 4 million CFA francs, each of them, to go out and endorse Paul Biya's for another 7 years term. Another 7 years term. If people who are said to be alive and living will go on and endorse the candidacy of a man who is dead, then they themselves probably should be dead men alive, dead chiefs alive. That's the only thing I can say, but I will be coming to that. I will also be talking about a recent program from CRTV, the propaganda box of La République du Cameroon. A recent coming from their so-called, is it Cameroon crumbling? They used to call it Cameroon calling. But please, the name has changed. It is called Cameroon Crumbling Program on CRTV. Cameroon Crumbling Program on CRTV. That is the new name, ladies and gentlemen. Cameroon Crumbling, not Cameroon Calling. Okay? So, I will be bringing you a response to some of what I heard over that propaganda box, and I am really, really upset with what I heard there. It is very disingenuous of a television or radio station set up with taxpayers' money to go out, carry out propaganda in the name of a dying or a dead king, a dead king. We'll be coming to that. But before I get there, I'd like to thank all of you. We had a wonderful, wonderful town hall on Saturday with our guest from Ireland, talking about Quentin Oliver. Quentin Oliver spent about 2.5 hours to 3 hours with us, and those of us who were there in the town hall left very, very illuminated, very inspired, and very much educated. And as I promised, we will continue to do our best to bring in people like that, experts like that, who can educate Ambazonians on what negotiations entail and what a referendum is all about. The man talks so much about referendum. The need for us to know what we want in a referendum, and the question on the referendum is phrased. You remember the last referendum, I hear some people say we don't need a referendum because we had one before. Remember the way the questions in that last referendum were phrased? Will you choose to have independence by joining Nigeria or by joining La République du Cameroon? Those were the two questions. And it resonated deeply in me when I heard our guests at the weekend say, you people must be very careful with the question of the referendum. Because the results that you obtain from a referendum depends upon that. Imagine if in 1961 we had a third option of, would you have independence on your own? That option was never there. We were left either to go back to Nigeria or to join an unknown quantity, a people that Dr. E.M. Dele referred to as a landing on an unknown destination, taking a plane to an unknown destination. These were the words of Ndele, ladies and gentlemen. Many of you don't know that. Ndele, on the eve of the referendum in 1961, lamented, since we have only two choices, Nigeria and La République du Cameroon, he said, we already know Nigeria. We have tried them. We have lived with them. The French, we do not know. How can we take a flight to an unknown destination? Ndele asks. This is in the history books. This is in the history books. So we must record this. We must remember this, that when it comes to the referendum, the questions matter. How they are framed, who participates in it, who organizes it, who is participating in the voting, and so on and so forth. It matters a lot. And I think the seminar at the weekend was quite illuminating in this area. And so I am believing, as many people suggested in that town hall, that there is need for strategic meeting, to figure out some of these things. And comrades, you can trust that if I am there at the time that is done, or even if I am not there, I bet you, I think our strategy has been well thought out. Our strategy for a referendum has been well thought out. Our Republic of Cameroon can no longer do to us what they did to our parents or our forefathers in that deceit of a so-called a referendum of two questions without a third alternative. That will not happen. A referendum that goes on the table or goes on the ballot for Ambazonia must be very definite, and Ambazonians must have the opportunity to choose between independence and any other thing. Again, they must have the option to choose between independence and any other thing. So, again, I really want to thank all of you who showed up, even from ground zero. I saw people in there from ground zero attending that seminar, and everybody can say it was really good. Unfortunately, we cannot put that on television. We didn't want to put it on television. We just wanted people to come in, be in there, and learn, listen, ask questions. And in fact, so many people had the opportunity to ask questions, because after the lecture session, our guest was given the opportunity to take questions from as many of us as possible, and many people asked very reasonable questions and received good answers. We will continue to do that. We will continue to do that, and that is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said in that meeting, I have said this to our cabinet members and members of the Restoration Council. We are living in a window of opportunity. We are living in a window of opportunity, and we cannot afford to miss this. We must, as Ambazonians, take advantage of what is going on in La République du Cameroon between now and December 2025, and the presence of Donald Trump in the USA. We must squeeze these possibilities that we see ahead of us to do something about our liberation struggle. It's a window that we may never have if we let this pass away. And so my appeal has always been to you, Ambazonians. My appeal has always been, listen. There are many grumblers out there, detractors out there, who want you to believe, oh no, we cannot succeed. Let's just forget about this. Let's just surrender. Let's just allow a lot of people to come in, and we negotiate with them on the terms of this special status and walk away with it. Comrades, after 8 years or going to 9 years, La République has not thought to sit down for once with us unless they know they have the opportunity to manipulate. You know that, right? Think about the Grand National Dialogue. They thought they were going to have some of us come in there, sit down there, they manipulate us, and maybe take some money, say, pay your transport back to the USA, and just stay quiet. Let's see how this special status can go. When you hear people like the Elvis Ngole on CRTV doing a shouting match against those in the diaspora who are sponsoring this terrorism on the ground, they had all hope that we will come to La République du Cameroon, sit on the special dialogue table, and receive instructions from the head of state to just, reason like adults and resolve the conflict. That didn't work. And then they figure out the Canadian so-called, the Canadian process. And when Cameroon realized that Ambazonians were not budging on the idea of a free and independent country, you know what they did? They thought they were coming. In fact, when they went, Canada was all about a second grand national dialogue. I knew it from day number one, which was why I opposed it. I received a call from the Canadian ambassador in Cameroon at that time, and he said to me, Chris, the Swiss thing is no longer going to work. Cameroon has pulled out, and he said to me, the Cameroon Prime Minister consulted with them, the Canadians, and said he has received the go-ahead from the head of state, Paul Biya, to have Canada to mediate something. And after listening to him, I asked him a few questions, and I realized this was all another version. It was going to be just another version of their grand national dialogue. And I asked him who was going to represent Cameroon in these Canadian talks. He said to me, their government ministers, high-ranking officials, they were going to be there. And guess what? Guess who was in Canada? The people who were in Canada representing La République du Cameroun were, remember who they call Anglophones? Some low-level Anglophones administrators within their regime. People who you cannot even recognize. I'm not even talking about irrelevant people like Ngole. I'm talking about people lower in status than the Ngoles. So they just send them to come and try, just come and try to see. And the moment they realized Ambazonians were not budging on the idea of a free Ambazonia, they left Canada. And you know what happened? The moment they got to Yaoundé, what was his name? Is it Mangwe Sadi? Mangwe Sadi, the communication minister, said Cameroon did not authorize anybody. Cameroon did not authorize anybody to attend the Canadian conference. Cameroon wasn't there essentially, so it was only Ambazonians there. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we need to be very, very foresighted when things are placed before us. We don't just sit here and deny to attend certain meetings for denying's sake or just to grandstand. We look deep into it and figure out the hands behind it. And once we realize this was La République trying to do a second grand national dialogue, now in Canada, we said, to hell with it, to hell with it. But I am saying that to say this, ladies and gentlemen, this question of a referendum is something that every stakeholder in Ambazonia should make a contribution. Yeah, every stakeholder in Ambazonia ought to be making contributions because if we succeed to get one, that would be essentially what brings this conflict to an end. That will be it. But one important thing to note is that referendums do not take place before negotiations. Negotiations take place before referendum because the terms have to be agreed, the voting process has to be agreed, everything, the officials, who does what, those things have to be agreed. There have to be a ceasefire going on before that. But I like something that I heard. Now, if you guys can remember the APJ of Capo Dania and JJ Asongo, whom I invited here, and they were talking about this second conference being organized by the International ICO, International Communities Organization. All they were talking about is Ambazonia fighters laying down their arms, ceasefire. And you remember me asking JJ Asongo on this said, so you want Ambazonia to lay down their arms for La République du Cameroun so that then negotiations can continue. What is going to be the guarantee? The guarantee that La République will honor the rest of the agreement should Ambazonia restoration fighters lay down their arms. And he was scrambling all over the place to prefer an answer. But I like what I heard over the weekend. He said the fighting groups in Ireland refused to lay down their arms until a permanent solution was reached because they never trusted neither the British nor the Catholics, the Southern Irish. They never trusted them. So they refused to lay down their arms, waiting to see that a final agreement is reached. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody comes to you on ground zero saying, there has to be a ceasefire, and a ceasefire means that fighters should lay down their arms, surrender their arms. And I even heard Capo Daniel and the JJ Asongu and the ICO in their tabulations saying how Ambazonian fighters will have to lay down their hands, go to the DDRs where they are resettled and remobilized, all that stuff. And I just smile, because you never sleep with both of your eyes if you enter into any agreement with La République du Cameroon, right? You never. We must keep our arms. We must keep our arms while there is an agreement, an ongoing agreement with La République du Cameroon to the effect that should they renege on that agreement, we take up the arms and fight again and continue fighting. Just that. So that is one thing that I really learned from the weekend from our guests. The fighters, the armed groups in Ireland, Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, they refused, they never laid down their arms until the 1998 referendum was reached, to which the people agreed to the form of government that was being spurred out to them. And we will maintain that in our own process. When I come back, I will take you to Yaoundé to address CRTV. Stay put. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put out there. Remember, this is open mic. And on open mic, you are allowed to stop me at any moment, on any subject, to call in, make a contribution, or ask a question. But I will be taking you to a monologue. I won't want you to call at the moment until I am done with at least my first monologue for the day. So please do not call until my monologue is done. My monologue on the CRTV. Most of you must have listened to a broadcast from CRTV on the program they call Cameroon Calling. Now, I changed the name from Cameroon Calling to Cameroon Crumbling. Cameroon Calling to Cameroon Crumbling. That is the new name for that show. But you all heard about it, and this is my talking point. In a desperate bid to derail the just and legitimate struggle of the Ambazonian people, CRTV has once again resorted to its trademark weapon of deceit, a propaganda charade featuring faceless and nameless individuals purportedly denouncing the Ambazonian Restoration Forces, the ARF. This orchestrated circus, paraded under the program Cameroon Crumbling, is nothing more than a pitiful attempt to rewrite the narrative of our struggle for liberation. CRTV, the mouthpiece of a crumbling regime in La République du Cameroon, seeks to exploit the vulnerabilities of our people by airing anonymous testimonies filled with lies and half-truths. These so-called witnesses lack both credibility and courage, hiding their faces and identities while spewing scripted condemnations of our fighters. What CRTV fails to understand is that Ambazonians have become immune to their tactics. The people of Ambazonia will not be swayed by shadowy figures whose loyalty clearly lies with the colonial oppressors, the enemy, and not with the people yearning for freedom. Let us expose the rot beneath CRTV's propaganda. If these testimonies were genuine, why not reveal the identities of the individuals? Why conceal their faces if they are truly speaking truth to power? This cowardice only confirms what we already know. These are blacklegs and traitors, handpicked by a regime desperate to break the indomitable spirit of Ambazonia. Their words carry no weight because they are nothing but pawns in Yaoundé's relentless war of manipulation and psychological warfare. CRTV's hypocrisy knows no bounds. Would they dare bring forth victims of their regime's atrocities, those who have been maimed, those displaced and brutalized by the genocidal campaigns of the Cameroon military? Would they do that? Would CRTV provide a platform for the Ambazonian villagers whose homes have been reduced to ashes, whose loved ones have been slaughtered, and whose lives have been forever scarred by the occupation? They will not. We have thousands of refugees across the border in Nigeria. Why have CRTV's microphones or cameras never been there to hear the reason why they languish in the foreign land? No, CRTV won't do it because the narrative won't support their lies. CRTV exists not to report truth, but to shield the murderous regime from accountability and to fabricate narratives designed to vilify our liberation fighters. We are not blind to the fact that there have been instances of misconduct among some individuals claiming allegiance to the restoration fighters of Ambazonia. However, unlike the regime in Yaoundé, we have consistently condemned such actions. We remain committed to justice, to discipline, and the highest standard of conduct in our quest for freedom. CRTV's propaganda, therefore, is not only dishonest, but also hypocritical, for it seeks to amplify isolated incidents while ignoring the systemic and well-documented atrocities committed daily by the Cameroon military against our people. Let it be clear, ladies and gentlemen, the ARF is not a group of terrorists or kidnappers, as CRTV wants the world to believe. They are the brave sons and daughters of Ambazonia, taking up arms in defense of their homeland, their dignity, and their future. They are the shield standing between our people and the relentless violence of a colonial regime determined to crush their aspirations. Their sacrifices will not be disrespected or diminished by the venom of propagandists and traitors. Any CRTV reporter or journalist seen on Ambazonian soil, especially those who spew such baseless propaganda, should be stoned. CRTV and its handlers should brace themselves for an uncomfortable truth. No amount of lies, fabrications, or manipulated testimonies can extinguish the burning desire for freedom in the hearts of Ambazonians. The narrative they seek to impose will crumble under the weight of the resilience, the resolve, and the unyielding spirit of our people. Ambazonians are not fools. We see through the schemes of CRTV and its ilk. Their propaganda will not fly. They attempt to tarnish our liberation forces will fall flat. The people of Ambazonia stand united in their quest for independence, unmoved by the antics of a regime that thrives on lies and deception. And let this be CRTV's wake-up call. When the day of Ambazonian independence is proclaimed, your microphones will not be spared the truth. You will be forced to announce it to the world, just as we've been forced to report every milestone in our journey towards liberation. The lies you peddle today will haunt you tomorrow, as history will remember not your deceit, but the triumph of Ambazonia. The Ambazonian struggle is a movement born of truth, justice, and the unshakable belief in freedom. No propaganda, however vile, can overshadow the righteousness of the cause. The world will know, and history will record, that CRTV stood on the wrong side of justice. Ambazonia's freedom, it is near. And no force on earth, ladies and gentlemen, can stop it. No force on earth can stop it. And that is my talking point on this subject of CRTV. And I'm sure that many of you listen to some of that drunken editorials coming from CRTV and commentators like Elvis Ngole. We tried to get those clips here to play, but we couldn't locate them after downloading them. But essentially, CRTV, through their reporters and commentators, again, Edwin Kinzika, somebody, the reporter, and irrelevant fellows like Elvis Ngole. No, they came over. Ngole was particularly talking about the deportations happening in the United States and the efforts by some of us in the struggle to champion and free our territory and free our people. And Ngole was essentially kind of indicting some of us. These guys, they pretend to be so smart and so intelligent, but when you hear the kind of things they say, you really pity them and you wonder what kind of education they went through. It is pitiful to listen to what Ngole had to say. And again, the problem, another big problem with the peace coming out of Cameroon crumbling or Cameroon calling, as they say it is, these testimonies coming from people who have allegedly been tortured, kidnapped, and ransoms taken from them from Ambazonia restoration fighters. CRTV is big enough to engage in that kind of shameful journalism. You want to bring somebody on your show, at least tell us who is speaking. If you can't show us his face or her face, tell us the name. And tell us the location from where they were persecuted, arrested, or tortured. But again, this is a bigger question, ladies and gentlemen. This war has been ongoing for 8 years and counting. We are now into the 9th year. The 9th year. CRTV has not been once to any of the communities decimated by the colonial forces and annexationist forces of La République du Cameroon. The mass graves in Boya, the mass graves in Ngaribo, the killings in Kumba, the killings in Bali. CRTV's cameras or microphones have never been there. CRTV has not cared to say, okay, Cameroon claims we are their citizens. Let's go to the refugee camps in Nigeria and interview some of the refugees in Nigeria to know how they are living and why they are there. No, CRTV has never done so. They have never. You have hundreds of thousands, they say close to 1 million Ambazonian refugees all over Yaoundé, Douala, Bafoussam, all over La République du Cameroon, and you would think that CRTV will take their cameras and their microphones out to expose the kind of pitiful lives these people are living in that territory. No, CRTV doesn't do that. But they go pick out some few blacklegs and traitors to come and put on microphones to want us to believe, oh, Ambazonian restoration fighters are so bad, so bad, so bad. Yet, La République du Cameroon soldiers have maimed thousands in Ambazonia. And CRTV will not write a single report, will not do a single. Again, it's a shameful thing. It's a shameful thing for reporters. Can you imagine? I brought somebody on this television set and cover his face, refuse to give you his name, and tell you that he is out there speaking the truth. Of course not. Of course not. Why can't CRTV bring out some of the victims of Cameroon's army brutality in Ambazonia to also testify? Let the world know exactly what Ambazonians are going through in their own land from the hands of our annexationist army. Why can't CRTV not do that? Comrade, that is why I say, you see a CRTV reporter anywhere in the field in Ambazonia, you have the right to stone them and don't allow them come and video lies. They will never go there to tell you the truth. They will go and concoct those stories, concoct videos, cut and join like carpenters do, and give you a different picture of the story. They should not come on our territory to take any videos. We don't know them. It's a lot of people to Cameroon's outfit. Please stay put. I will be right back.
You reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS
Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put out there. Let me take you to another subject here, the upcoming so-called 11th of February. Now, you all know since the beginning of this struggle for our independence, ladies and gentlemen, we have banned certain celebrations or the so-called national celebrations in Ambazonia. We have banned anything La République du Cameroon's elections in our territory. We have banned any Cameroon festivities, including the so-called 11th February, the so-called 20th May. We have banned all of those so-called national holidays. In about a little over a week to come, you know, Cameroon is making preparation to celebrate 11 February. They call it Youth Day. That is what they officially call it, Youth Day. They call it Youth Day. 11 February, call it Youth Day. I don't know what happened to the youth on 11 February. I don't know why Cameroon is giving it, but this is the ploy. If you don't know this, this is the ploy behind 11 of February. Cameroon, since 1961, has done everything systematically to erase our history. And they want to dictate to us what we celebrate and what we should not celebrate. When the plebiscite, or the call it referendum, took place 1961, February 1961. Actually, February 11, ladies and gentlemen. Many young folks do not know this history. The plebiscite, or the referendum that handed us the unholy union with that damn country, La République du Cameroon, took place on February 11, 1961. Now, just so that we do not celebrate anything about what happened on that day, we should never remember that history. La République du Cameroon surreptitiously, subtly transformed 11th of February, that 11th of February, into a national youth day on which both the youth in former East Cameroon and West Cameroon will celebrate for a youth day. I don't know what that meant to them. I don't know what it means to us. But we have refused over the years, since even before this war started, we have objected to the celebration of 11th of February. We are objecting to it for two reasons. Number one, that referendum of 1961 was corrupted. It was a fraud. When African countries gained their independence, and if any had referenda, the question was, do you want to become an independent country of your own? Are you ripe to rule yourself? That was the only question in many of those referendums. But when it came to Ambazonian, the southern Cameroons, the question was, do you want to join Nigeria? Or do you want to join La République du Cameroon? Ladies and gentlemen, in spite of the fact that Ambazonian was already self-governing from 1953, leaving Nigeria, 1953, with the first prime minister being Dr. Indele and then Dr. John Foncha, who were self-governing even before La République du Cameroon could gain independence. 1953 up to 1961, Ambazonian had a parliament, had a House of Chiefs, had a prime minister. Ladies and gentlemen, the upper house and the lower house, something La République du Cameroon did not have. But listen, but when it came to giving us independence, instead of saying, well, these people are already ruling themselves, leading themselves, even the question of us having our own independence did not get to the table. And they want us to celebrate 11 February when our rights and our freedoms were essentially stolen from us. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason we have said no celebration of the day our rights were stolen. No celebration of the day that our liberties were stolen. No celebration of the day that we were annexed by La République du Cameroon. Do not forget Do not forget that right after that vote took place, Ahidjo sent the armies, the gendarmes, and they walked over the Mongol and Matazem. And remember what they call Calais, right? You had to show your identity tax, your what was the name in French? Votre identité or something like that. I don't know French very well. But you know that Ahidjo sent troops. I remember as a young child, probably was between 1 and 7, I would go to our local market square, and gendarmes with their big butts and feed bags, harassing everybody. They get our parents all sitting with their butts on the ground, and they are demanding for tax. I was very young. I mean, I didn't understand what was going on. But that was what happened. The moment that vote took place, the vote on 11 February 1961 took place, Ahidjo sent in the gendarmes, sent in the army, sent in their police, in spite of the fact that the Southern Cameroons had its own police. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't have anything so-called gendarmes. We didn't have anything so-called DOs or DOs. We did not have any of those. But the moment that happened, our administration went out of hand. La République took over, started sending gendarmes, and they were very brutal, very, very brutal, especially when it comes to the collection of taxes and the settling of disputes within the community. How can we celebrate the day our freedoms were stolen, taken from us forcefully? That is why in Ambazonia we have said nothing like 11 February, because it is a day of sorrow, a day that we should all be mourning for what happened on that day. How could a country that was already ruling itself for 5 years with a presidency, prime minister, National Assembly, House of Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen, educational system, banking system, transport system, how could it be eradicated on a single day, and people think we should go out celebrating it in the guise of some National Youth Day? That is why we are saying to every Ambazonian on ground zero, we have to prove to La République du Cameroon that yes, in spite of the pain, the suffering that we go through, the killing, the torture that we go through, we will not yield to threats, intimidation from La République du Cameroon anymore. Their manipulation, we shouldn't yield to it anymore. Every Ambazonian, please listen to the sound of my voice. We are shutting down. Ambazonia should be shut down on February the 10th, which is Monday, our regular ghost town, and February the 11th, which is supposed to be this so-called 11 February. Ambazonia will be completely shut down, and we have given the Ambazonian Restoration Forces the obligation, the authority, the right to arrest anybody that steps out on that day, so-called 11 February celebrations. 11 February is supposed to be a Tuesday. So we have maintained Monday ghost towns. They will extend to Tuesday. It will not just be ghost town, because ghost towns at the end of the day, shops are open by 6 or 7. But this time we are doing a lockdown, which means nothing opens up. No vehicles move. Nothing moves in Ambazonia on February the 11th and February the 12th, which is a Tuesday, so-called Youth Day. So, again, Ambazonia Restoration Forces all over Ambazonia have the authority, they have the orders, they have the powers, and you can record it and send it to anywhere you want to. What I am saying here, we have no regrets, we have no apologies for what we say here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fighting for our rights, our freedoms, our liberties. Ambazonia Restoration Fighters have the authority, the power. We will back them financially, materially, morally to do everything they have to do to shut down Ambazonian for those 2 days. Those 2 days. Please, we want you, the civilian population, to cooperate with the restoration fighters. They will not be out to harm you unless you put yourself out in the harm's way. They will not be out to harm you unless you put yourself out in the harm's way. So, you want to do yourself a favor. You want to protect yourself, protect your life, protect your business, protect your family. Please stay home on February 10 and February 11. Stay home. All schools, all businesses, all shops, all offices shut down in all of Ambazonia, and any moving vehicle will be stopped, whether they like it or not. Every moving vehicle will be stopped. The restoration fighters, they will do their job, and we back them 200%. CRTV can call it torture. CRTV can call it kidnapping and ransom taking. That is their business. Please don't go away. When I come back, I am going to address these so-called chiefs' endorsement of the fund of funds. Paul Biat, these chiefs are doing something now very ridiculous. The other day, we heard that somewhere it has become the fund of funds. I don't know, Paul Biat should be angry now if the man is still alive and still having his senses. How can they have two funds of funds from the same area, in the same country? Is that possible? So I think BS should. So I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country.
All right. Thanks for staying put, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that we are in open mic, and right after this, you will have the right to you will have the right to call in and ask any question of your own. But for now, I would like to bring you this talking point that I prepared on the subject of the Chief Conference at the Yaoundé. They call it Yaoundé Congress Conference Center or something like that, where they plan to endorse Paul Biya. It is both disheartening and as well as revolting to have witnessed so-called Anglophone chiefs gathered in Yaoundé on January 27 to spearhead the endorsement of Paul Biya for yet another term in office. In doing so, they showcase a level of moral bankruptcy and self-serving cowardice that insults the very people they claim to represent. These chiefs displaced from their ancestral lands by the same regime they now glorify have chosen to ignore the cries of their communities, trading dignity for fleeting favors from a dictator's table. For over 8 years, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Biya has presided over the destruction of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonian, a region that once thrived with culture, commerce, and hope. His regime's military campaigns have left thousands of Ambazonians dead, with homes burned, villages emptied, and survivors scattered as refugees across borders as internally displaced persons, IDPs, in cities like Yaoundé and Douala. Shamefully, many of these chiefs now reside in exile from their own palaces, forced into urban hideouts by the very terror they now want to enable through their endorsement. One must ask, where is their conscience? Where is their loyalty to the people who once looked to them as custodians of tradition and protectors of the land? By taking the front seat in this charade of endorsement in Yaoundé, these chiefs align themselves not with their suffering people, but with the architect of their people's devastation. Why is it that Anglophone chiefs, whose communities have borne the brunt of Biya's brutal operation, are the ones choosing to lead this grotesque spectacle? Why must the representatives of a region annexed, decimated by war, economic sabotage, and systemic marginalization be the first to sing praises for the man responsible for these atrocities? The irony is as glaring as it is despicable. The chiefs have become willing pawns of the Biya regime, sit in Yaoundé as strangers in the land they were forced to flee. They are not in their villages because those villages have either been razed to the ground or are under occupation by the very Biya's military. They cannot return because the people they abandoned would not welcome them back with open arms. Yet, instead of demanding accountability or justice for their communities, they choose to grovel before the man whose policies have turned them into exiles. Let it be clear, their endorsement of Paul Biya will hold no weight in Ambazonia. They can sing his praises and pledge their allegiance all they want, but Biya and his regime remain persona non grata on Ambazonian soil. No election will be held in Ambazonia under the authority of a man who has waged war against our people. These chiefs may think they are securing their own survival by aligning with Paul Biya, but history will judge them harshly. They are accomplices in the betrayal of their own people, selling out their heritage and their honor for crumbs from a collapsing regime. Their actions are a stain on the institution of traditional leadership, reducing what should be a sacred rule to a tool of oppression. To the people of Ambazonia, let this serve as a reminder. Our fight for freedom cannot and will not be dictated by traitors and opportunists. Paul Biya may have his cheerleaders among the displaced and the compromised, but he will never have the allegiance of a free Ambazonia. Our struggle is bigger than his regime, and our resolve is stronger than any betrayer. The endorsement of Paul Biya by these so-called chiefs is a hollow gesture devoid of any legitimacy or relevance to the people of Ambazonia. Biya may continue to cling to power in Yaoundé, but his influence ends across the bridge at the Mongol, Matazem and Chang. The march towards freedom is unstoppable, and no amount of endorsement or propaganda can change that. Not at all, ladies and gentlemen, not at all. Nothing can change that. And so that is my monologue on the subject of this chief. You can see them there, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately enough, the very first chief you see there is my own chief from the BLM, the Fon of Fontaine himself. The others seated around him, I can't tell who they are, but you can see the banner behind them. Réunion élargie du Bureau Exécutif. That is something like, okay, enlarged meeting of the Executive Bureau of the National Council of Traditional Leaders. Now, what I am being told is that all of these chiefs and those who cannot see here, they are being given 4 million CFA, so that by the end of their conference, you will hear them. Singing the song, only praise the Lord, hallelujah. God has given us Paul Biya, and only him alone can save this country, praise the Lord. That will be the song you will hear out there after the conference is over. But it is pitiful that they line out Ambazonian chiefs. I do not see any Francophone chiefs in this photo that is found here. I don't see any Francophone chiefs. They always use Anglophone chiefs, as they call it, to project whatever they are doing, as if to let the world know that, you see, this thing has been done, acknowledged, endorsed by Anglophones, where this conflict is taking place. They don't support war in their territory. They support the government. They are even endorsing Paul Biya. That's what they want us to believe. They want the world to believe by projecting our own funds and our own chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to belabor on this. We all know that Cameroon elections cannot take place on Ambazonian. It will be a do or die matter. Again, it will be a do or die matter. I don't care. I hear some bishops out there saying this election is going to be the determining force upon what becomes of Cameroon. I disagree. We have nothing to do with Cameroon. It is all about Ambazonia. We voted. Frundi won the elections in 1992. What happened to him? The same guy was there. He is still there. He will do the same thing. Have you forgotten of those false or fake election observers who were carried from Europe to come and parade the media to tell the world that elections were free and fair, and they turned out to be fake election observers? Have you forgotten that? As far as that regime remains in place, there will never be a free and fair election that can bring about change in that country. And so please, Ambazonians, rest assured, their elections have nothing to do with us. And any chief or any fund who comes into our territory propagating French Cameroon's election will be dealt away with. Again, mark my words, they will be dealt with. They will be dealt with. Any fund or chief who grabs money from La République du Cameroon to come back to Ambazonia to promote a foreign election is a traitor, and we will treat them as one. Stay tuned. When I come back, I'll be talking about the deportations in the USA. The deportations in the USA. Stay tuned, please.
Flagship model offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country.
All right, thank you for staying put out there, ladies and gentlemen. At this moment, I will take you to what is happening in the USA, to which most of you out there are no longer strangers. I am talking about the deportations that are taking place from city to city, town to town, here in the USA, a policy instituted by incoming President Donald J. Trump, trying to clean the USA of illegal immigrants, and I don't want to do the definition for you. Most of you know who an illegal immigrant is. But I have news. If you are Ambazonian in the USA who came in here during the course of this war within the last 8 years, I got news for you, and I would like you to give me your ears and find out what you can do, or what we can do, to help you scale through these waves of deportations happening in the USA. But for the moment, I'd like you to listen to this place. Just watch and listen to this.
Margelis Tinoco breaks down in tears at the Mexican-U.S. border. Her asylum appointment scheduled for today was canceled. President Donald Trump shut down a mobile app known as the CBP-1, which enabled Tinoco and many immigrants who sought to enter the United States through legal ports of entry. The website now says all appointments are canceled.
We have 31,000 people who remain in Mexico, had a way for people to sign up, walk through a line, be interviewed.
We asked immigration attorney Willie Allen what options exist for Tinoco and many more like her.
I'm not sure what's going to be the next approach. I am concerned.
Not surprised at all.
Jepsi Meletus, an immigration activist in South Florida, tells me her organization and many others began preparing for the executive orders announced today.
It's also important that our family members take every measure, every action that's possible to protect their assets, their children, and their interests.
She tells me they will be holding workshops for a wide variety of immigrants.
Unfortunate people that have already gotten into the process, that he's going to cut that off now. I don't think that's fair. If they were already, they should be grandfathered in. If they were already in the process of doing some kind of immigration legally.
Mixed reactions on Monday at this Cuban landmark where many of the president's supporters gathered.
We cannot have open border and everybody come in and they check him in and they have a pass and they send him to Chicago or New York.
And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country.
The first part of his inaugural address was dedicated to border security.
We will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
It's a great day for America. He said exactly what the American people voted for.
I think the word after the speech today for the immigrants is fear.
Okay, the word as it speaks for today for the immigrants is fear. And that is very, very true. If you live in the USA or you have been watching television for the past 3 or 4 days since Donald Trump took over, you would have realized the number of people who are being forced out, picked up overnight or in the morning or during the day, and deported. We have seen at least 3 flights or more than that, or maybe about 5 flight loads of criminal immigrants picked up and deported to South America. Of course, we know there are tons of African immigrants or migrants here in the USA, most of whom fall within the category of those that are being deported. And for Ambazonians in particular, we know there are thousands of you out there who came to America through the Mexico route. Most of you do not have status in the USA, and many of you are under the what do they call it? Special Protected Status, SPT, is it? I think so. The Special Protected Status, most of you are under that program. You cannot be deported. You cannot be picked up and deported back home. But the problem is that if you are not armed with documentation, you are not ready to defend yourself, to prove to the American immigration officers that you cannot be deported, that if they are deported, you are going for a certain debt, they will force you out and deport you, get you back to La Republic to Cameroon, where they will pick you in Douala, will pick you in Yaoundé, and lock you up. And who knows? You may just die in that prison. We know that even American citizens have visited La Republic du Cameroon. They are picked up at the airport and locked up, and nobody knows their fate. So there are thousands of Ambazonian immigrants out here in the USA. If you are under this protected status that was accorded certain countries with conflict, please, we are able to help you, maybe with some documentation or whatever that you may need to fortify your application with the U.S. justice or immigration system. If you are here coming from Ambazonia, we're not talking about Francophone Cameroonians. We are talking about Ambazonians running or escaping from the war-torn Ambazonia. Please reach out to us, and we may be able to help you one way or the other to defend your case with the American judicial system. You should not wait until you are picked up and then you start scrambling with scrambling with trying to reach somebody here. We are here to make sure we can assist any Ambazonian with a legitimate case out here. We're not talking about Ambazonians who have come in here, whose families are living in La Republic du Cameroon. We are talking about legitimate cases of Ambazonians in the USA escaping from the war in Ambazonia. Do yourself a favor. Reach out to us here at the interim government, and we may be able to help to assist in making sure you are not picked up and sent to Cameroon. Now you got to understand that the way this deportation program is working, if you are a criminal, the word criminal refers to those who came into the U.S. and have engaged in crime, committed one crime or the other. When they pick you up, you have no appeal. You have no case. You cannot argue. We cannot even defend you. We cannot stand behind you. You are deported straight. But if you are here illegally, have not committed any offense, I think the tendency is they pick, especially if you have not been to an immigration proceeding. They pick you up, they may put you in jail, try to figure out your case. That is when, if you fall within this category, you need us the most. If you also are under the protective status that was passed by Biden, I think Trump and Biden, I believe, we can also be of help to you out there. So please, please reach out to us if you are Ambazonian and you are wondering what may happen to you. Again, you should not wait to be picked up and then you are wondering, what can we do? We are here. If we can do anything to help your case, we will do it, but you have to reach out to us. In the days ahead, we will put out a number. We will put out a number with which you can reach us to be able to assist you. This organization, the interim government, is big enough and well recognized in this country, registered in this country to be able to vouch for real Ambazonian citizens who are here because of the war back in our territory. So let ignorance not send you back to Cameroon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have done justice to all that I wanted to today. And so the phone lines will now be open. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. So please go ahead and call the line that you know. Go ahead, call the line that you know. Let me know what is on your mind. Let me know what is on your mind. Please get the phone line on the screen for others to call. All right. Get the phone line on screen, please. All right, the phone number is there. Let me hear from you, please. Let me hear from you, please. Again, you can call, you can speak on any subject. You can speak on any subject that comes up on your mind in this show. And that is why we call it open mic. That's why we call it open mic. Go ahead and call. Go ahead and call. The phone line is there on screen. Okay. All right. Yeah, the phone line is open, ladies and gentlemen. I am waiting for your call. I am waiting for your call. One of our viewers here, right? Cameroon is now a lawless country with insecurities everywhere. There is no city in Cameroon today where you don't hear of kidnappings, murders, thieves. Are those criminals restoration forces? Are those criminals restoration forces? Cameroon is dead with or without a war in the southern Cameroons. You are very right, sir. You are very much right. Let's get to this caller here. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hey, hello, Comrade Chris.
Hello, sir. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good evening from the Netherlands. This is your fellow comrade, Maitre Nikonf.
I can tell from the voice. Good to hear you, sir.
Thank you very much, and I still want to appreciate you for always bringing forward information to guiding our people, sensitizing our people as always, and I really appreciate you at ABS.
Thank you.
And I also want to apologize for not being available during Zoom conference.
Well, you missed it. You really do missed it. We had over 100 people in that Zoom conference at the weekend, and it was very illuminating.
Of course, we can always come in with the idea of opinion later on, if the conference or the Zoom is over. Anyway, yes, let me start by thanking you on your monologue regarding on the CRTV and the chiefs and all whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, I think one other thing is that we as Ambazonians, we have not been selling our story correctly to the wider world. Since 1961, the Republic of Cameroon had used the plebiscite as an agreement. A plebiscite is not an agreement. It was a referred vote, authorization vote to the leaders of Southern Cameroon to go and negotiate the terms of union, if there will be one, with La Republic of Cameroon.
Yeah.
But ever since then, La Republic of Cameroon has used that result of the plebiscite as an agreement, as a treaty of union, whereas there is no treaty of union between the people of the Southern Cameroon and La Republic of Cameroon. And this is the propaganda La Republic have been using, and we tend to blame ourselves that we have a union with La Republic of Cameroon. There is no union. Second point, actually, Mr. Chris Comrade. Upon Paul Biya's succession from the first Umban Union in 1985, changing the name from the United Republic of Cameroon to La Republic of Cameroon, what happened? Von Gorgi Dinka did sue the La Republic of Cameroon, the Bamida High Court. We know the ruling.
Yeah.
The state of Southern Cameroon was restored by the judgment given to Von Gorgi Dinka. And in 1999, Justice Ebon he reinstated that he affirmed that very independent. And Siseko Ayutabe reaffirmed it. So Southern Cameroon, Ambazonian, is an independent country. If we have to conduct a referendum today, who will participate? We are scattered all over the world because they don't allow us live in our homeland.
Wait. I don't think. Hold on there. I do not think the fact that we are all over the place stops an effective referendum on the ground. Even if those of us in the diaspora won't be voting. Come on, the Eritreans conducted a referendum. You think they were all in Eritrea? How about Sudan? How about
comrade, let me get my point across, my comrade.
Okay.
If we are conducting a referendum right now, who's going to implement the results?
Where you are trying to...
Excuse me, sir.
No. Hold on. You are trying to bend even before you get to the door. You think we're going to wake up from here and walk over to Ambazonian and say, let's have a referendum? Of course. Negotiations take place, comrade, first. There have to be a negotiation, and there is a roadmap to which things are done incrementally, so that before you go to a referendum, you know who is managing it, who is supervising it, who is qualified to vote and not qualified to vote, who is announcing the results, what happens right after that. Those things will be taken care of.
There are archives stating clean and clear that the people of Ambazonia, in their overwhelming majority, have already voted for independence. Overwhelming. Think of the
independence to join French Cameroon.
Sorry?
Independence to join French Cameroon?
No. Independent for the Ambazonian people. Overwhelming majority of Ambazonia have indicated through the sample survey by Christian Cardinal Tumi, may so rest in peace, and the CDA and which other movement that did conducted this survey. All overwhelming majority of Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia have voted that they want their independent.
That is very true. Why can't we now get an international authority to formalize that?
The international authority is unable to bring La Republic of Cameroon on the table because La Republic of Cameroon has nothing to defend for itself.
No,
so the only way out for Amazonia
they have the leverage, they have the ability to force La Republic to the table.
We are nine, my brother comrade, we are 9 years now into this war since it broke out.
So what do you, so how do you, so let me ask you the question. Hold on. You hold on. Excuse me. How do you then want to implement the results of Cardinal Tumi and the CDN? I mean, all these samples. How do you then want to implement them?
All right. if La Republic of Cameroon had not been stubborn enough to refuse Southern Cameroonians to assemble in their home country, homeland in Buea and march the way forward, we could have been there. We could have been there.
So
but
we are now saying, so we are now saying, how about we pass through this to get the international community, to get them there, to get Ambazonians there to do what you are talking about?
To my personal opinion, the international community has failed the people of Ambazonia.
But we have
who has
no
not come
choice.
to La Republic. Excuse me, Comrade Chris. Who has not come to La Republic of Cameroon? They could not even come across to southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. Guterres was there. Patricia Scotland was there. Fakir or who of them has not come there in La Republic of Cameroon? They only come and collect their present, their bribe, and go away, leaving Ambazonian to the mercy of themselves. So to me right now, my brother, comrade, the only way forward, we have been left to ourselves. We Ambazonian, we have to battle our way forward. Cooperation, firepower, and look, we have to keep sensitizing our people. Look at these chiefs now, they find themselves in their own name. They are not even representing us.
Yeah.
We should be teaching our people about the non-holding of elections in southern Cameroon. No election. Because any election official is a target.
Listen,
you
comrade.
should be ready to carry a coffin. This is the message we should be teaching our people, comrade.
No, you are agree, and I think I do.
know already what they want. So right now, my brother, comrade, I think the message is we know what we want, we know where we are going. Only message is we have to cooperate. Firepower, beat ourselves out. The Republic of Cameroon refuse to come to negotiation because they don't have any argument. They keep sending only us, Southern Cameroonians, to come even to talk again with us.
Yeah.
So, the way forward is just firepower, my brother, comrade Chris.
No, we are agreed. We are agreed on that. Thank you for the call. Let's see if others have opinion.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's get to the next caller here. Hello, sir. Hello. 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 Can you turn down the volume of your TV and focus on your phone, please?
Yes, I've done that, sir.
All right, I can hear you. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Okay.
Bamenda.
Bamenda. Okay.
Yes,
what is on your mind, sir?
I'm called Abubakar. I am a driver here in Bamenda.
Okay.
So I'm calling just to give a word of encouragement to what you people have been doing.
Okay.
And to thank you much for the good work you have been doing. And just to let you people know that this quest that we have already picked is not a thing we are going to let go of it. Just to enlighten you a little about what is happening on ground, because I am a driver, the type of things we see on the street from these people are not the type of things that we can ever thought of it that if we go back with them, we can make it.
Yeah.
These people have never taken us as brothers, as they claim it to be.
And you think that CRTV will be chronicling some of those things? No, they bring some traitors and blacklegs to come over their media to fabricate stories and tell them how Ambazonian fighters are doing this or doing that. But continue. They fail to tell the story of how our people are being slaughtered and buried in mass graves in the hands of their soldiers.
That's the truth. That's just the truth. But the thing is, when you are running a quest which is being granted by God, we will have all these type of obstacles on our way. But I believe the God that ordained it will make it happen for us.
Okay.
And into this, from the look, if we ever, from what we see on the ground, from these people, if we ever go back to these people, we will be slaughtered on the street like chickens.
Yeah.
So I am kindly pleading that we should not let go of this quest till we succeed to Boya.
Yeah, I have said that here several times, that if we think that we can give up and just go and work together with Lara Public du Cameroon in the next 5 years, all of upstation, Bamenda, Nkwen, all the way to Bambili and downtown will be made up of a majority Francophones. Not to talk of Boya, Victoria, Mutengene, Tico, and all the way up to Kumba. They will be made up of a majority of Francophones, just so that you guys never ever try that nonsense again. Those of you who own lands, those lands will be confiscated and shared among the new immigrants from La République du Cameroon. And you resist it, they put you in jail, and there will be nobody to fight for you, because this war is a determining factor as to the rights and powers that Ambazonians will have going forward.
Exactly, sir.
All right.
Exactly.
Thank you for the call.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, the phone line remains open, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and call. Let us know what is on your mind. Again, this listener writes, Cameroon is now a lawless country with insecurities everywhere. There is no city in Cameroon today where you don't hear of kidnappings, murders, stealing. Are those criminals restoration forces? Cameroon is dead, with or without a war in the southern Cameroons. Yes, you couldn't have said it in any better form. You are very, very accurate, sir. The problem is not just Ambazonia at this time. The problem is all over the place. Let's get to the next caller. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Where are you calling from, please?
From Muyenge.
Muyenge. Okay, the land of cocoa. What today for your mind, sir? What today for your mind?
Muyenge.
Yes. What do you have to share with us today?
The land of cocoa.
Yes, listen, turn down the volume of your TV. I hear you listening on your TV. Turn down the volume of your TV. Concentrate on your phone, because there will be a delay if you are listening to TV.
All right.
All right, so what is on your mind?
I want to. Yes, we need to get so that's what people they are. They do work enter. You come on keys on what boy they were inside bougie.
When was that?
November.
Okay.
So the big when you say before January, all communities bush me they find that poison.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go on.
Yes. So that is all.
All right. Whatever the case, all we need for do now for remain resilient. If you see, when I see them say when a day on their way, when I better move out of the place than for allow them for come kill one. But if there is anything when I feel do for kill them before they kill one, All power therefore in our hands. All right, thank you for the call. All right, the phone line is open. Let me see what others are writing here. Good evening, sir. Please, I would not like to disclose my location for the reasons that you know. I am in ground zero. I will be suggesting that all these so-called funds or chiefs who went to Yaoundé should be banished from Ambazonian forever. I agree with you. Until this war is over, and then we'll call for national reconciliation, and then they come and confess their sins, and we send them back to their palaces. We are not going to touch their palaces because their palaces belong to us, the people, you, the people. Now when I get them. But for as far as them as individuals they be concerned, I think you make a very good proposal. Make them be completely banished from any palace, all of them in Yaoundé and Douala, Bafoussam, all those places, wherever they come from. May them be banished from those palaces. Thank you for your contribution. Somebody write, light problem in Kumba, sir. It's a story for another day. We are totally tired. We can't watch it. Okay, I guess you can watch this in Kumba. I suppose you are probably watching from your phone. All right, thank you. All right, the phone is still open, gentlemen. Go ahead and call. Hi, Secretary Chris. I am reaching out to you as you mentioned in your show today for help. I am under TPS and need help from you. All right. I think that is a private message. I will get to that later in the day. Hello, sir. Hello. 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 Hello, sir. Where are you calling from?
From the southern zone.
Okay. And what is on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I just wish to greet you. It has been a long time. I'm sure you know me. We have been communicating. I've been giving you information on some realities around Manu. I'm sure you know me. I don't just want to call my name.
I know you. I can see the name here. Thank you for calling. All right. All right. Go ahead and call. The phone line is still open. I see some people are trying to call. Go ahead and call, please. The phone line is open. All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Bamenda.
Okay, wonderful. And how was Bamenda today?
Fine.
Okay, can you turn down the volume of your TV and focus on your phone?
Yes.
All right, what is on your mind?
No, Bamenda is okay. It's on the
All right, I think you have a problem. I can't hear you. Let's get to the next caller here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, where are you calling from, sir?
Hello. I'm calling from La Republic.
You are our neighbor or a refugee?
I'm a refugee.
All right, sir. What is on your mind?
Yeah, I first of all I heard a caller talking about power arm. I just want to say this. You know, anytime you are given a problem, you use a wrong method, it will take a longer time to solve it. Let's try to go back to where we started and examine some things. And then we put ourselves together, because if anyone is thinking that La République is going to do them a favor, they are making the worst mistake in life. I've never seen a country like this, that nothing is moving. People stand on the line to buy rice and they see it as mercy from heaven. I've never seen a country like this. So we should not be thinking
and the rice may not and the rice may not even be real rice, but maybe fake rice, right?
Yeah, how can a country want to have its citizen? They will not put price, and they are collecting ID cards to buy rice.
Are you serious?
It's an insult. Yes. So there is no way La Republic will change. People are inside a stone.
Are you saying that? Hold on. Are you saying that people have to submit their ID cards to stand on the line to buy rice?
That is it. It's the national anthem. They are singing anthem. The fight to buy rice. Why can a good government cannot reduce the price of rice in the market and people go and buy with that ID card? So you see the kind of level of corruption that this nation is. So no matter what people do, I wonder those who are going to Yaoundé, the same people that have been deceiving people for 40 years, they are still there, and they still think that magic will come from heaven.
Yeah, people like Elvis Ngole who come and tell us that, oh, those guys in the diaspora are deceiving you, and yet the country they lead remain in limbo for decades.
They will never change. There is nothing that will change them. They don't even listen from the people. They don't. They do what they want. They go ahead with what they want. One man hijacked the nation for years, and they are doing the same policy, the same elector, the same everything. What makes anybody to believe that it will going to happen for their favor? What makes them?
What are people saying?
So they should leave. We should hold on to our guns. I don't know. Let's develop other means to buy this gun and give to people.
Yeah, no,
it's a matter like this.
I think
we don't need anything. We are tired. We need that gun to go ahead.
Yeah, I hope people on CRTV, they are listening to you when you call from ground zero, and you are not saying, oh, you guys should stop that war, stop it. You are instead demanding guns. I hope they hear you, and I hope they can record this. I don't think they believe that it is Chris Anu or somebody here in the diaspora putting that in your mind. I hope they hear it and they can report it.
Yes, sir.
What are people saying on the ground from this Cameroon crumbling program that they put out yesterday, trying to criticize, attack Ambazonian restoration forces as kidnappers and killers? What are people saying there?
But that is all what they always report. They always report they are almost all about. But all these days I have not been that connected. So I'm not aware of that. Is that rice issue that people are rushing over, and the false news that they always give in their TV to make people to believe that all is well. Cameroonians are suffering. People are suffering just because they have died people that there is no way they can talk.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
Express your mind. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. The phone line is still there. I still have a few minutes to be here before I go. And I see somebody challenging me, Comrade Chris. I challenge you to have a program in Pidgin English. This will help our people to digest your message. Comrade Chris, please always talk proper Pidgin. Nijo, I see you, but I know we'll talk the one way I don't know now. If I talk the one way I don't know, I spoil them, okay? Hello, sir.
Hello, Comrade Chris. This is Dr. Fidelis Atianjo.
Wonderful. Good to hear your voice, sir. What is on your mind?
Yes, I listened very keenly to the eloquent presentation.
I think you are far. I think you are far from your microphone. I can't hear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
That is a bit better. Go on.
Okay, I listened very keenly to your eloquent presentation, and what caught my attention is the charade that took place in Yaoundé, reported by the CLTV.
Yeah.
About the chiefs.
The chiefs
that
yeah.
went to Yaoundé. I think it is high time Ambazonians teach a lesson to these hungry chiefs. And the best way to do this
they really look, if you are seeing your screen, they really look hungry. They really look at their necks are a little bit long. I don't know whether they were fasting before they went for that program, but go on.
Hungry chiefs invited there. So they need to actually compile a list so that these people should be disgraced publicly, because they constitute a public disgrace to their subjects. And those villages or areas that were represented in that meeting, the chiefs need to they need to come out with a list so that we publish that list of the chiefs and let Ambazonian put them to shame. And I also want to support the idea of them being banished and sent away from their palaces, because chiefs have always been the problem of crisis, the source of problems in Ambazonia. During the time of slavery, chiefs were held accountable. The chiefs in the Northwest stole their titles to the president, to Mr. Bia,
to the fund of funds.
Yes, and all these chiefs, they are really a disgrace to the institutions that they all control. So my suggestion is that a list of all those chiefs that attended that charade in the form of a conference should be published, so that they will know that their subjects are monitoring them and that Ambazonians are not happy with their actions. They are very gullible people, selfish and wicked thieves. And these are people that have allowed their lands to be grabbed by Francophones. They have bought everything from them. And then they go to Yaoundé to go and be begging for 4 million. What is 4 million francs that they will go there and look and be soliciting for, just because they want to sell our own people, you know? And chiefs have caused a lot of damage to our revolution, our struggle. Some of them even go as far as reporting their own subjects to La République so that they can be punished or they can be killed. Like what happened in Bali, the early days of the revolution, where there was a massacre in Bali that was masterminded by the Fon of Bali, who reported and identified people, families, and then pointed it at them and showed their hiding places to La République talks, who went and killed innocent people. That, I mean, everywhere, these chiefs constitute a disgrace, a big disgrace to us. So something has to be done. It's high time we constitute a list of those people who attended that meeting, so that when they are published and when they are dealt with, others are going to learn a lesson. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. Thank you for the call. I am inclined to think that possibly apart from the fun of Bafut, that I suppose will not dirty his hands and join beggars and lackeys like these ones, probably every fun and chief in the north and southern zones was in Yaoundé. I think I can only call out the fun of Bafut, who will not dare dirty his hands with stuff like this. So, but all of you are right. I support the idea of them being banished. But already many of them are banished from those palaces. You know that, right? Many of them are already. I see the fun of Fontem right there. The other funds next to him, I don't know who they are, but they look like Ambazonian chiefs and funds there. They are already banished from their villages and towns and local governments and counties. So it's a matter of just reminding them that they are not welcome, not any day, until I guess this war is over. Thank you for the call. This somebody is writing from Ground Zero. Hello, Comrade Chris. Good evening, sir. Thanks for the wonderful updates. These chiefs are to be banned on entering Ambazonia, and thank you for the message of the interim government is going to help out Ambazonian brothers and sisters. Comrade, that is wonderful, and that is why I said some time ago on ID cards, we have to force it, sir. We have to force it, sir. May God Almighty see us through in this our struggle. Well, we couldn't force the idea of ID cards on anybody. The ID card scheme is still there. Some of those who will be picked up and repatriated, just imagine if they had just that card in their pocket, and if they are picked up, they can believe this interim government will go far and wide to fight for any Ambazonian possessing our ID card. But time is not lost. Time is not lost. You can still go to the website ambazoniaid.com, ambazoniaid.com, to sign up and pay for your ID card. And again, just to get back to the issue of immigration, the deportations, I'd like once more to remind Ambazonians in the USA who may be victims of this mass deportation. In fact, I was listening to the news here this morning, and Donald Trump has given orders that every day ICE, that is Immigration and Custom Enforcement Department, should make sure that at least 1,500 people, at least 1,500 people are deported on a daily basis from the U.S. We don't know how long that will go on, but we know for sure that there are thousands of Ambazonians out there. If you are a legitimate Ambazonian escaping from the fangs of this war, the interim government is here to render some help to you, and you got to come for that before they lay hands and pick you up. If they pick you up and your case is still pending, they probably will put you in jail until your case is heard. But that is the moment you need us the most to come out and vouch for your case. If you are in the country and your asylum status has already been determined, that is accepted or denied, well, you can also reach out to us. Will we hear your story and know exactly how we can be of help to you? But you have to do that while there is still time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. If there is no other call, I guess you are saying I should call it a day. I have 3 minutes to call it a night. 3 minutes to call it a night, and you can go ahead and call, make a contribution within these 3 minutes. Before I call it a day, a night. But I want to appeal to you. I hear your calls and your appeals for us to stay the fight. Comrades, I will never renege saying this again and again and again to all of us in the diaspora. Neither Chris Anu or any leader out there or any group out there is going to enforce ground zero action without money. One of the reasons why our restoration fighters are being accused of ransom taking and kidnappings and mounting roadblocks and collecting money and harassing our people for money is because the diaspora is not doing what they did before. And they know how to make excuses. They know how to make excuses. Oh, my money is being mismanaged. Oh, my money is embezzled. Oh, my money. Comrades, yes, some of that money has been embezzled, mismanaged. That is a fact. That is a fact. Not by the person you see seated here. Between 2016 to 2020, money was pouring into this struggle. Some people stole the money and invested in cryptocurrency. Yeah, they stole the money and invested the money into cryptocurrency. People realize that. And now, because of that, many are saying, well, I don't want to give my money. They will eat my money. They will steal my money. Comrades, I'd like you to know. If you have been listening to me, I keep on saying, and as you hear the callers saying from ground zero, if we think that we can let this war pass by and just humble ourselves and talk to other people of Cameroon and stay in one and indivisible, in the next 5 years, Ambazonia will be francophonized, totally francophonized. Look at Victoria. Look at Bamenda Nkwe, Ops Station Bamenda, Nkwen, Bamenda. Look at all those places. I bet you we have not seen anything if we do not win this war. There is nothing, and I mean zero, anything that should stop any Ambazonian from contributing to keep this war going until we force La République du Cameroon to sit on the table with us. If you don't do it, then these things will continue to happen on the ground, because if we cannot send money to the ground to equip and empower those boys, they know they cannot lay down their arms and go back to the city to be picked up and tortured and maybe killed or put in jail by La République du Cameroon. They will not do that. They will instead prefer to harass people, take money, and remain in the bushes. All right, let me get this call. Hello.
Mr. Chris.
Hello, sir. Where are you calling from?
Is this Mr. Chris?
Speaking, sir. You are live on the ABS. Where are you calling from?
Oh, it's still online. No. I want to call you after your show. I'm in Maryland.
All right. Call after the show, sir.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Thank you.
All right. So, comrades, I continue to appeal to all of you, If there is no money, we cannot continue to keep on this fight. And for those of you on ground zero who have been saying you want to support, please, we now have a means. For you to be able to make payment to support the struggle from ground zero. If you are on ground zero and you want to make a contribution, send me a WhatsApp message on the number you find on the screen, and I will be able to direct you on how you can make that contribution from ground zero. The number is there on your screen. Call that number and I will help you. So please, I'm really appealing to Ambazonians. This is our struggle. This is our war. And tomorrow when I am not here, I want to see the struggle continue. We have to empower ground zero, the restoration fighters, to make sure they keep on doing what they are doing. Remember, February the 10th and February the 11th, so-called 11 February, they have been declared national lockdown, ladies and gentlemen, national lockdown in all of Ambazonia. a national lockdown. The 10th of February and the 11th of February, we are formally declaring it a national lockdown in Ambazonian. Nothing like the celebration of 11 February. They say a dog doesn't return to its own vomit. We are not returning to those colonial celebrations anymore once we declared our independence. Thank you very much for tuning in. I have nothing more to add to this. I hope to be back on Wednesday. I hope so, with News Talk. Thank you for tuning in, and God bless you all. Have a great night.
Usari maribo Wose se ku Joseph Urabwe 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 Grandago, Mukuba, Mechi, Peter, Eno, Ancien Treva, Murukwa, Aquaticaba, Eyon Atem, Aquaticaba, Arremoni, Aquaticaba, Etigan Swadi, Suzanne Mani Taku, Wambano, Amano, Dennis Smart, Monica Sari Munyobo,